Hello, I am Certified Moth. Thank you for stopping in my video, and today we are going to be doing a little old sketchbook tour. This is my sketchbook from, I forget the day, it's from 2020. Naturally a fantastic time for all artists universally, especially 15-year-old artists. Definitely. Yeah, I guess I'll just start off with the sketchbook, the outside itself. It's a render crescent sketchbook, which is like way too expensive for what I was doing at the time. I should have been doing like more finished work in it at least. But whatever, who cares? In terms of the stickers, some of these were from my school's GSA, and some of them were just like random sticker packs, and some of them were from Redbubble. So I had Pusheen, rollerblades. I was into Hunter x Hunter at this time. I watched Evangelion and I liked it, or I think I tried to like it, but I just inherently didn't get it at the time. I didn't understand it because I was only used to like media you didn't have to think about. I had never been introduced to like animated shows that you actually have to stop and think about. So I really didn't get it. It's not until recently I've started to sort of get it. My Hero Academia, I was also into that at this time. MILF Hunter. See, the weird thing about all these stickers I got from Redbubble was that I got them as I finished the sketchbook, and then I put them on, and it's like, just save them for your next sketchbook so you can enjoy them for the full length instead of using them all up immediately. But yeah, MILF Hunter, Cursed Emoji, Gay Heart, Untitled Goose Game, Moth, naturally. I was also very into Danganronpa at this time. Leon Kuwata was one of my favorite characters. You can tell there was a Doge sticker under here, and I think around the time I finished the sketchbook, I was already starting to realize that it was more of like a right-wing meme and not a funny one anymore. I don't even think I found it funny at the time. I just saw the sticker and I was like, oh yeah, I should put that in my sketchbook, and then I regretted it, so I covered it. Then also an Eraserhead. I used to really love him until I read some like actually well-written, like gruff teacher characters, and I realized, oh, I kind of fell for like the fan hype, which is fair. I was like 15. I kind of love these huge Redbubble stickers you order, and then I got some Minecraft stickers. This is like, I feel like this is so blatantly 2020. I want to be able to draw cool fashion, but I just don't know how era. Oh my god, that's my full legal address. I need to cover that up. Oh my gosh, my full legal address and my full phone number. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, my 6th sketchbook from August 4th, 2020 to May 25th, 2021. How long was that? August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 10 months? Damn. That's a long time for me to work on a sketchbook, although I do understand this one. I was trying to take my time with it, and I was trying to do more like finished stuff, more stuff I worked on, plus this was like when I started hitting my COVID burnout, which is kind of weird considering it was like near the end of all the quarantining, and this was like before going back to school, kind of. I don't know, it's interesting that that was my point of burnout. This is kind of terrifying. This is a Morris. Hold on, I'll put like a little picture of what he looks like now up on the screen. This was his like white e-boy phase. Can we just acknowledge how strange the fashion is? Like, I enjoyed drawing these weird shoes with like spikes and platforms, but like, I don't know, add some like buckles or like other metal detailing somewhere else on the shoe. Like, why is there blood on the bottom of them? Okay, it's obviously not real blood, it's like a pattern, but still. He was never a skater. I don't know why I gave him that. The fishnets, just like not following the form of the leg, and also why is there one short leg and one pant leg? And why does the short leg have a belt and the pant leg also have a belt, and why does the belt have like the circular, I forget what that's called. I at least tried to do a repeating element between the necklace and the pant cuff, but it just doesn't work. The shirt pattern doesn't work. Sleeve pattern, I do kind of think like the hair and face is cute. That's definitely not my preferred style anymore, but it could be worse. Why was he built like that? Oh. Right away, you can see I was sort of thumbnailing. I was drawing. Is that Teva? I honestly don't know. That could be. Wait, hold on. Let me go back. Yeah, that's actually Amaris again. Whoops. Yes. I feel like my style was very, very clearly like Oliver's Antics inspired at this time. Yeah, I don't know what any of these drawings were. I barely remember drawing any of these. Oh, this is Amaris and Teva. Yes, my kings. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love them. Somebody's smoking a cigarette. I really could have improved this if I had exaggerated the cigarette or the smoke, but right now there's like this weird tangent line between the smoke and the face. You never want to see it. It's like hard to tell what she's doing. It looks like a birthmark or something, not a cigarette. When did I start this again? August? So I don't know why I was drawing a merman. Yeah, I don't know who any of these are. It was interesting. I was experimenting with like a bit more of a blocky style at this time, which I didn't really get back into until more recently. Or even now my style isn't more blocky, but it is more stylized than this. Oh my goodness. This is when I was trying to rewrite Amaris and Teva's story. I don't even remember what this was inspired by. This was probably quite inspired by The Promised Neverland. Because I was kind of into that like found family escaping together kind of vibe. But they're all magical. Yes! Yeah, they were like, I think the plot was that they were like being held in a compound and being experimented on because nobody's ever done that one before, guys. Nobody's ever made a story where superpowered children are experimented on in a facility. I was like so original. Mars, who became Maris. Unintentional. His name changed to Andy before it went to Amaris. I didn't even remember that was his name. He had lightning powers. Teva was Flick at the time. I guess he had fire power. I don't know. Can you just tell I couldn't draw curly hair at the time? I wanted to be able to. I mean, I still struggle, but like, it's better than just drawing random squiggles all over the head. At least, like, I think some people can make very, very, like, textured, like, every line drawn curly hair work for them, but it wasn't working with what I was trying to do. And then the last one was Sarah. She was, like, the third wheeler. She ended up getting cut out, like, way later out of the story, and also the entire story changed, so it doesn't matter. And I don't know what her power was, because the only hint I have of what it could have been is that her eye in this has, like, a heart in the pupil and like this little lightning bolt coming out of it, but she didn't have lightning powers because that was Amaris's thing. I don't know, that eye is really good though. I'm kind of loving that. She didn't have a personality. Honestly, none of them did. See, I tried to give them personalities. She's the like bubbly, happy one. I guess Amaris is like anxious and Teva's confident, I guess? It's hard to say. The fashion is just something. Like her little jumpsuit and boots is kind of cute. But like, cropped Moonface's shirt, sweatpants, bandaged ties on the hands and feet, and then shoes with stars on them, and also a star earring. Okay, repeating element, serve. And then Teva, I don't know what this style pant even was, I drew it all the time, with flames on the bottom, and also a turtleneck and a jacket and gloves. I just don't really see where I was trying to go with these designs. You can tell I was trying to draw without any idea of like who these characters are and why they would wear what they would. And I'm still bad at that, but I'm a little bit better at making at least cohesive outfits now. Yeah, again, I don't like know who any of these people are. Who are you? I'm so curious of what I was thinking. Honestly, there's a good chance these were all just random characters that I never really drew again. Besides, I think this might have been Amaris. And that was Sarah, but again, like, there was no consistency between them, so it didn't matter. Oh, this was something I drew at the time. It was when they kill off the dog in the movie versus when they kill a human in the movie, because my parents made me watch Oh, what's like the zombie movie? I Am Legend. They made me watch that, and yeah, I like almost cried when the dog died, and I didn't care when the guy died at the end. I'd been avoiding watching that movie for so many years because I knew the dog would die, because like obviously that would happen. So yeah, I just cared a lot more about the dog, and I still do. You can tell how quickly I abandoned the first story idea I had for Amaris and Teva because they turned into magical girls. I remember they were like, then suddenly they were in like a modern world with like they were college students, I think. Yeah, I don't remember what was getting me into magical girls at this time, but that's kind of cute. That's a cute-ish design. I think again, like I think my big problem at the time was that I was scared to exaggerate. Like, there's nothing wrong with this design, but why not make the skirt more? Why not make not even the skirt, the ribbons. I really like the ribbons. What if they like came out and curled around and they made, because her motif was a heart, right? So they could make an upside down heart, yeah? Like, that would be way cuter. Oh my goodness. Might need to revisit that design. It's quite cute. Yeah, like you can see, I wanted to include the heart symbol, but all I could think to do was include it as just like drawn elements of the piece. Like, oh yeah, heart here, heart, 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 heart. And I didn't really think about other things I could do to make it heart-like. Like, I didn't think about how I could shape the hair in maybe a heart-like way, or like, I don't know, maybe I could do something interesting with the ruffles of the skirt where it looks like a bunch of half hearts. I don't know, interesting. Teva was apparently like a magical girl, but masculine. Boring. I think if I'm gonna make a man magical girl, that he's gonna wear a skirt. God bless. God bless my gender bending men. I love them. What is this? This, I remember, this is like the most risque thing I would draw at the time. It was implied that they had slept together that night and she was just waking up. And they're lesbians, but you can tell I made this one like super masculine butch. Not because I want to like perpetuate the idea that lesbian relationships should be like femme and butch, but because I was terrified of my mom looking through my sketchbook and seeing this and thinking, somehow coming to the conclusion that it was lesbian sex related. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, you can tell I was doing a study of Oliver's antic style. I was kind of close to what he was doing in some bits, but you can tell I had my problem of like figuring out how to size features of the face. Like, I was sizing them the way I would instead of the way he would. I don't know who she is, but she's... What's happening with her boobs? Why are they so close to her collarbones? Huh. She's okay. I remember I was really proud of this at the time because I drew, it was a pen sketch, and I just colored it in with like random Crayola markers I had. It's so like, what is with all the ties? That outfit would take so long to get into. I really like the tied on shoulder pads that are like attached to the corset. That's kind of awesome. That's really interesting. I can see like these sticky notes are like degrading. Is it the glue, I wonder? I bet it's the glue. That's interesting. Last time I looked at the sketchbook, which was probably maybe, I don't know, it might have even been like a year at this point. I don't remember them being like this. I don't know who any of these are. This was just like random sketching just for the sake of it, I think. Besides, that could have been Amaris or it could have been Bomb from Tower of God. I honestly couldn't tell you. It might have been Bomb from Tower of God because this is Endorsi from Tower of God. I tried to draw Miku. I've always wanted to be able to draw Miku, but I have never been able to get her quite right, and I can't figure out what it is. I don't know, it never looks quite right, and it always disappoints me. Actually, I just want to give a little bit of appreciation to this drawing of Endorsi. It's like not anything great, but this horn, I didn't do it on purpose, definitely, but I had like some strange moment where I perfectly shaded that horn in a way that made it really interesting, and I wish I could have carried that shading throughout the rest of the drawing, but I'm pretty sure it was an accident. Teva, he has a huge head and a tiny, tiny little waist. Oh my goodness, this is My Hero Academia fan art, but you know what this is? This is fan art for a fan fiction. I couldn't tell you which one. It might be Yesterday Upon the Stair. That one was one of my favorites. It still kind of is. I still love a good fan fiction with a good queer platonic relationship. Meow meow meow. I couldn't go back and read it now. I tried, and it just wasn't what I remembered it being when I was 15. Was I 15? Hold on. I might have been 16 at this time. No, I think I still would have been 15 at this time. Interesting. I was working on my fursona. I really wanted a moth fursona. I could never get it right. It's kind of weird. I was obsessed with moths at this age, which is why I made my TikTok name that, which is why I made my YouTube account that. And now I don't really love moths anymore. Like, I still love them, but I'm not obsessed with them like I used to be. So now I'm just here like, yeah. Yeah, here was me doing more of the magical girl thing. Sarah, I think I changed her name to Sora because Sarah was apparently too basic for me. She was a fashion major, can fly and control air. I don't really know what I was thinking with the majors for them because I didn't really know how university worked at the time. I still don't know. Is like fashion a major? It'd be like fashion design, right? I don't really know. Again, I could have done like the very bare minimum of research. I could have looked up at like one university in the entire world and just copied their major examples. Mars was an art major with electricity. Oh yes, Sora, even though she was she had the heart motif, she could fly and control air. I don't know. I just wanted a heart motif for her and I couldn't think of cool powers. Also, Amaris's outfit does not read electricity at all. He's like got sort of like he's like a how to put this? He has like water twink energy. Like, you know, the characters who are water themed in their twinks and they look exactly like this. And then Flick was a music major who could grow plants. Again, nothing about his outfit reads plants. Who knows why I made that his power. I do like that I gave him like the half skirt, but I still think I needed to go more feminine with them. And I feel like also this is different from how I would approach a university setting now, because if I were to approach a university setting now, I would definitely do like a little bit more consideration of how these people would know each other. Because like, would a fashion major, art major, and music major all have just the same classes they can meet each other in? I mean, maybe. But if I'm making characters in a university setting now, I just tend to make them like in the same field of study. Because, I don't know, I feel like you can do a lot even within one field of study. And also I don't know anything about non-art universities, so. I was playing with their color palettes here and outfit designs. Yeah, you can see I was trying to I was actually trying to add some like lightning motifs into his outfit. This shape could have worked, but I think it would have worked more as like a back cape instead of a front part. I don't know. What I wanted to do with Sora was I wanted the bottom bit of her hair to be transparent. I wanted to go from like transparent to like bubblegum pink. And I gave up on that because I had no clue how to achieve that effect in a drawing. And then I had like no idea what to do with Amaris and Teva. Teva had like greenish and brownish hair and it looked weird. And then Amaris had like yellow hair that faded out to blue. It didn't work because I didn't understand how hair worked. I just like acted like it was a solid thing that had like a blue exterior. That's not how that styling would work. It would be like little triangles of hair. I've seen that style sort of thing done, not with those colors, but like it wouldn't just be on the very outsides of the silhouette. It would be all throughout it. Unless he like styled his hair in some really crazy ways. Maris, he's so silly. Yeah, again, like these outfits are so uninspired. Oh, I did try to put the little lightning tape in the back, but I made it look bad because it was too stiff. This had like a nice flow to it. Oh no. I see event art. Oh my goodness, I don't even know if that's supposed to be me because I'm not that skinny and I never was. But it's a person in a hoodie with their face like scribbled over. That probably was supposed to be me because I always drew myself just with like short hair and a hoodie. Ooh, that's not. And I'm pretty sure that was also, yeah, that's also supposed to be me, my short hair, and I'm looking into a mirror, but the person who's looking back at me has no features. They just have a big question mark on their chest. Because they don't know who they are. Girl, it's not that serious. You're 15, you've got this. You've just gotta like go to school and sit there for 6 hours and then go home and draw. I promise, you're okay. Not to like invalidate 15-year-old me struggle, but sometimes it just really was not that serious. What is all of this? I don't know who any of these are. I know I drew this head, and I'm pretty sure my friend Charlie drew the body, but I couldn't tell you. Oh, no, not 2020. Sorry. I don't know what any of these are. Oh, I was making her skirt a bit bigger. Like I said, I wanted to make the silhouette more interesting, but it was kind of useless because I made her hair too long and then I got rid of the cool ribbon that I could have done something cool with. I didn't understand. Like, yeah, that's a cute silhouette, I guess. But I think the small skirt and big ribbon was far more interesting, in my opinion. Just more of my taste. This little bit of a design here is interesting because I was trying to do like a back slit cape and a skirt, and I actually just very, very recently critiqued someone, or not critiqued, but I gave advice to someone on a Discord server saying that they should avoid having the spot where the slit stops being the same spot where like the bottom of the crotch or skirt is, because that's exactly what I did here, and that's why this design doesn't work. It like completely ruins the silhouette, in my opinion. Sometimes, not all the time, but usually it ruins the silhouette if there isn't clear distinction between the slit and like the base of a piece of clothing. I don't know what's happening here. That's terrifying. Yes, this was me and my friends Among Us characters. Ooh. We only played Among Us together like literally once, because it never really worked out that much. I can't even remember which one is me. I believe I was the red one with a leaf, but I also could have been the yellow one with cheese. And this was my friend Caramel, I believe. Or maybe Caramel was, I don't remember. And then the third one was like an old ex-friend of ours that neither of us talk to anymore, so. Oh my goodness, this is when I started femboying up my OCs. That is Teva in his little magical girl outfit, and I love the little leaf detail in the back. I could have gone even harder with like the plant theming, maybe add some like lace that looks like vines or something. I don't know. Either way, I swapped the personalities. Suddenly Amaris was outgoing and Teva was shy. But I thought this was really cute. I just was reading this and it says one of the things he does is grow dandelions for Amaris because it looks like his hair. Oh. I don't know why you would grow dandelions. You could literally just pick them from literally anywhere where there's grass, but it's still cute. Then Amaris, his design was so uninspired. I was like, lightning has sharp edges, and I just gave him sharp edges without any more consideration. Womp womp. Boring. I believe this was supposed to be a self-portrait. Girl, your jawline is not that skinny. And like, that's not a bad thing. I have a round face. And like, this just looks nothing like me because I was refusing to admit that I had a round face. I was like, I have short hair. That's like my defining quality. Everything else just looks like how I draw everything else. Oh, and I got glasses. This was like right around the time of my life where I got glasses for the first time. I got the ugliest glasses for my face. Don't even talk about it. It's not until like literally this year that I finally found glasses that suit me. This was Inktober, day one fish. Everything is ugly besides the hair. I really like the hair. I think I simplified it very nicely. I think the concept is fun. I just think her face is crazy. Why does she look like that? Her boobs are too high. I don't understand what the shirt is supposed to be. Like, maybe add some more contrast. Maybe bring the green back down. Maybe draw her shirtless. Maybe don't be a fucking pussy. Damn. I know why I didn't draw her shirtless. It was because I drew this during gym class. It was during our basketball unit and I was waiting for my turn to play. Day 2 was Wisp. I drew this guy blowing like smoke out of his mouth. Meow. That is so 2020. I quite like the way I stylized the smoke coming out of the mouth. I thought that turned out well. Bandages don't make any sense. The hair, huge and poofy and unusual, and I love it, but I think it takes away from the smoke. It could have been like straggly and greasier and let the smoke really like create this interesting silhouette. And I think the hair shines could have had some color in them. I don't like a pure white shine in black hair. It's not what it looks like in person, so. Day 3 Bulky was supposed to be like a girl with a super over-exaggerated huge backpack, and then I pussied out at the last second and gave her a normal sized backpack. Like, that's what I look like walking around. I don't know. Day 4 was radio. Did I think for more than 1 second about this? Because I drew this girl listening to an iPod. That's not a radio. Like, I could even get away with like drawing someone listening to a phone, because like a phone you can get an app that's you can get like radio apps on the phone, but this is an iPod. You like download music onto an iPod, right? Like, you can't listen to the radio from them as far as I know. What was I doing? But I don't like this drawing, but I do like these items in the background. I thought I stylized these nicely. I hated them at the time, but now they're cool. Arms are way too skinny for the body type. I was trying to do something interesting with the lighting and I didn't know how to do it. And I was trying to do something interesting with the body type and I didn't know how to do it. This hand is a banger for that time though. Look at that shit. Don't look at that hand though. Oh, what is that? If I was gonna do that again, do I have anything like rectangular? Yeah, my phone case. Like, you wouldn't hold it. How is that? Like this? I can only do this because I'm like weirdly double jointed. Like, that's not comfortable for a normal person to hold, I don't think. You would hold it like this. Like, maybe you'd have a finger over the top bit, the top corner. I don't know, just not like that. Girl, look at a reference. Come on, you got this. Day 5 was Blade, a person with a bloody knife. What is the shape of that knife? That is the least convenient and least strong structure I've ever seen. Day 6 Rodent. Bat's pretty cute. It's a little mouse girl. The colors are really ugly. I don't know why I went with this neutral pink for the ruffles. They could have been like a complementary color to bring it away from just pure pink. Day 7 was Fancy. This is not fancy. This is what a 15-year-old who has never seen a fancy thing thinks fancy is. Like, it's just, girl, it's just a red dress and red shoes and a necklace. That's not. Day 8 was Teeth. I drew this fucking thing. Ugly. Ugly, ugly. See, like, I was trying to be unsettling with it, but it just looked stupid. Especially because I didn't know how to draw backs and chests. Day 9 was Throw. I actually looked at a reference for this one, and it's not good, but it's better than the others. Sorry. Day 10 was Hope, and you can see who I was starting to draw here. I was trying to draw Nagito Komaeda, my king. Why would I say that? This is what I ended up doing for Day 10, Hope. I love this piece still. Like, I still think this is an absolute banger of a piece. The idea behind it was like a little witch girl who is really bad at magic, who's like shooting a spell and like hoping that it works. And I don't know if it is, I don't know if it's doing what she wants, but I think it's so cute. I think the design is really cute, minus the ruffles, they're kind of ugly. I just think this is like so cute. And I wish there wasn't all this other shit on the page, because she could really like stand out if she was just on her own. I love her. Meow meow meow. Maybe I should try redrawing that someday, that'd be fun. Day 11, Disgusting. It was somebody holding like garbage or something, I don't know. Skeleton Study. I never learned anything from this, it didn't help me. I was trying to draw some sort of Miku costume. This was from a reference, this was from photo reference, probably Pinterest. What is this? No! This is Animal Crossing! That's me in Animal Crossing! Yes! I only know that because there's a fishing rod. Meow meow meow! You will notice. Oh, actually, that's really cute. I love her face. Aww. You will notice that I wrote Biden 2020 on this page, which means this would have been around November, right around the election. And I feel like I should clarify, I'm not a Biden supporter. I do not think I ever really was. I was just really terrified of another Trump presidency in 2020, and look where we are now. But yeah, I didn't write that because I like the guy. I was not politically literate at the time. I am now, and I understand why. He's a bad guy, bad politician in general. That's cute. I like her face. That's probably supposed to be a self-portrait, but I couldn't tell you. It's pretty cute. I like the hair on it. I think the hair has some actual volume, which is something I still struggle with short hair. Cat girl Amaris. Meow meow meow. Cat girl maid. Why doesn't he have a tail? Boring. I can't stand cat girls that don't have tails. I'm sorry. I'm speaking my truth. This was my realism phase. It didn't last long, but I wanted to learn how to draw faces realistically. Some of them are okay. I think I put shapes around the ones that I thought looked good, which is, yeah, these four on this side. Did a couple more of those things. This one is actually quite nice. I do like the details on the outside. This is actually a drawing of my friend from high school. Actually, it was like a elementary, middle school, high school friend. Yes, queen. Oh, I'm reverting. I'm reverting into a worse version of myself that said things like, yes, queen. Who are you people? Amara still had short hair. I could have sworn he had longer hair at this time. Big boy? Oh, big body. I was trying to explore him having a big coat. Yeah. I think this design is a bit more electricity themed, and by that I mean there's one electricity motif. Whatever. Yeah, I still am bad at clothing design. November 20th, my school went into quarantine again. Wow, you can tell I was really thrilled about that. I don't know why I acted all upset. I actually was excited. I didn't like school when I was 15. Oh, halfway done spread. Was this Sora? Kay. Did I change her name to Kay? I don't know. Or maybe this was an entirely new character. Either way, this is pretty cute. Could have used some better line art and shading. Where is the contrast here? Also, the signature is actually quite cute. I was imagining, because at this time I think I wanted to change my name to Moth, legally. Not the plan anymore. But I thought my signature, if my name was Moth, would be a cute M with a swirl and then a little moth on it. Aww. The typography here is actually quite well done. It's not typography, it's literally just lettering. Ooh. This was my femboy OC. They were so ugly. Actually, I don't remember if they were a guy or non-binary, but I'm assuming a guy. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about you. Oh my goodness, Kite from Hunter x Hunter. I loved him. He was my king. So, this little thing. This couldn't have been me because that's not what I look like at all. But I don't remember I don't remember any of the context of why I drew this. But it's a person shaking in rage and upset, with the words "go away, please, shut up" around their head. Actually, I wonder if this was around the time that I failed my physics test because my mom had been cleaning the basement during it. She was vacuuming, and I got sent into an actual meltdown because of it, because it was just overloading me and I was stressed out about the test. I bet that's what this was. And you can tell I went back 2 years ago and I wrote, that's what us cool kids like to call sensory overload, because yeah, this wasn't just a normal event. I was going through actual sensory overload and I didn't understand what it was. What is this? Wait. That is potentially White from Tower of God. I believe that's White from Tower of God. Oh no. What is this manga? What is this manga? With Magna Swing. Black Clover? I don't know, I only read a little bit of it and I really shipped these two together. It was like a complete rare pair. I was obsessed with Magna Swing. Meow 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 meow. I love him. Yeah, I barely got into that manga at all before I gave it up. Right around Christmas time. Oh, cute. Oh, it's Bomb from Tower of God, but Christmas drawings. He's silly, so silly. Yeah, none of these are compelling to me at all. I'm just being a hater. Who are you? Why are you so strange? Look at me trying to draw another body type and just like not knowing how to pose larger bodies in a way that was like flattering or interesting. I feel like you know there's like that what is it? Like, you know how people say that sometimes skinniness is what makes an outfit good? Like, people will say an outfit's good, but actually the person who's wearing it is just skinny. I feel like that's how it is with drawings, because my drawings of skinny people just standing still, I would think, yes, this is perfectly fine. And then I draw a fat person standing still, and I think it looked really ugly. And I think it was just me seeing skinniness as like a more appealing thing in general. That's like interesting to look back on with like actual critical thinking skills. Oh my goodness, the new year. It was 2021. I drew Bomb for it. He's silly. I like all the colors I put in his hair shines, but it was too much for the style I was doing. Or not enough. I could have gone overboard in the eyes and other bits of shading too, but I didn't. Ear study, fun fact, I still don't know how to draw ears. I hate them so much, they're stupid. Who made those? Who designed those? It's wrong. I turned 16. Ooh. Yeah. Sorry, bud, 16 is not going to be a fantastic year for you either. I drew myself skinny again. I was just really desperate to be a skinny white boy. Oh man. Yeah, rough time in general. Lesbians. You can tell this was like 2020 era because she's wearing the strawberry dress and she's an e-girl. I don't know what any of this is. Leg study, I guess, but that's not how a leg works. Like, it's really fucked up, but like this thigh bone is on like a strange, unusual angle. I remember seeing that in a reference and going, that can't be right. That's not what a leg looks like. So I drew it like this and it was wrong because I wasn't listening. I was too stubborn. Cowgirl, but the less interesting type of cowgirl. I much prefer like a Western style cowgirl, not anime cow-girl combination. I got Poscas this year. They never worked well. Like, look at this shit. It never worked for me and it was always upsetting. They still don't work and I still try to use them all the time. But I drew a strawberry and an orange. These were some of the best things I'd drawn at this time, I think. Like, the stippling and the way I used the yellow stippling on green to add more tone when I only had a couple colors. Okay. The socks here didn't work on this character. Sorry to say it. This is a cowgirl that's slightly more cute. Again, I prefer like a Western cowgirl, like, yeah, instead of an anime. I mean, I have no issue with anime, like animal-human combinations, but they aren't compelling to me. I have such a mature, refined taste now. Another cat boy. I remember I drew a picture of Miku for my biology teacher. The worst part is that I had all these really cute thumbnails. Like, look at that pose. Look at this pose. Look at this pose. Look at all these. And I drew like the worst pose ever, and I think I deleted all the pictures of it because I was embarrassed. Who is she? That's kind of cute. Not really though. It's like too clunky to be cute. Miku. I tried to draw an eye with like mixed materials and I think it's pretty cool. I was doing that thing that everyone does where they like draw the random shapes and make things out of it. The only ones that turned out good were the beta fish and these two cats. These two cats are actually, These are my two childhood cats. Max and Malcolm. They were both dead at this time. And that one's a bummer. It is kind of weird though, because Malcolm was like a very small, skinny, tiny Burmese cat, and Max was like a big, dominating Tawi cat. He was like a taken in stray, and Malcolm was like, my parents bought him and like took him home from the airport. So I don't know why I made Malcolm the tall one and Max the small one. Either way, I miss them so much. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is the time of my life where... So over this Christmas break, it was bad. I don't know what was happening, but I would wake up and I'd take my iPad mini out to the living room and I would sit in the same chair from like when I woke up until I went to sleep reading My Hero Academia fanfiction. Like, I'm not ashamed to have read fanfiction and I'm not ashamed to still read fanfiction, but it was like an unhealthy amount of time I was spending. And again, like, I think it's fine to have hobbies, but I wasn't going on walks. I wasn't leaving the house. I was sitting on this chair all day reading. It wasn't good. I think it set a bad precedent for me. Yeah. I don't even remember what fanfiction this was from, but I was obsessed with it at the time. I thought it was awesome. Naturally, it was one that was like very much, what if we took this character and traumatized him? That was my favorite at the time. That's still my favorite. Well, who am I kidding? Man, why did I draw a man? I didn't draw many men at the time. Like, I drew boys, but I didn't draw men. Amaris, my beautiful king. I was trying to make him more lightning-y. I don't know if he was lightning themed still at this time. I quite like this design where it's like a big fluffy hoodie, or not fluffy, a big like loose hoodie, big loose sweatpants, and like the straps. It's not at all practical, and I think that's why I abandoned it, but I still think it's better than any of these other designs. Like, the straps are at least contained here. Here they're just like loops around the shoulder. Okay, so sorry about that. I was just editing this and I realized that my mic must have died. And also the audio quality, I do apologize, it's kind of muffled. I don't think I was wearing it at quite the right spot on my shirt. Yeah. What was I saying about the straps? I don't know what I was trying to say about the straps. Just in general, I think they were kind of inconvenient for a fighter to have straps on like all over them, because like they're gonna get caught. Like the backs of the shoes, hip, shoulder, it's like you're just like looking for someone to grab you. Like, yeah, I think this is quite cute because it has the strap sort of moment, but it is contained to across the chest and up and down. So like, you know, somebody could still grab the straps, but they're not hanging loose around the shoulders. He also had a really cute braid at the time. Aw, that was cute. The thing is, he was a spear fighter, so it's not like the straps would get caught on his spear itself. I feel like it's long enough to avoid that, but like still, your finger's gonna get caught on that. You're gonna get caught going through doors. Literally, it'd be the most inconvenient thing. And this is when he got his name, Andy Mao. I didn't know Mao was like a Chinese guy. I didn't know anything about like Chairman Mao. And his name was actually Andy Mayo, because I got this last name from misspelling LMAO without the L, so it just said Mayo. And I didn't realize that was an actual last name. Like, he was never meant to be Chinese. And actually, also, fun fact about his name, I don't know where Andy came from, but his full name was Andreas Mao. And the name Andreas came from an Omegaverse fanfiction that I read. And I was like, that's a kind of cool name. That is so awesome. Wow. This was Dawon? Dawon? I actually never knew how to pronounce her name. She's from Tower of God as well. Cute. These are kind of cute. I quite like how spiky this one is, like her hair. She kind of reminds me of Piers from Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I don't know who these two are. Although her face is kind of cute and so are her hair buns, but again, it's just like a straight first facing person. Why should I care? This is a redraw of something I drew in the 4th grade. It was the original project was an art project where we were drawing ourselves as the girl with the pearl earring, and then I redrew it. Yeah. Okay. I don't know, it's kind of weird because, like, the one of me in the 4th grade obviously didn't have boobs because I didn't have boobs at the time. But when I redrew it, I didn't make it look like me at the time. I gave it the same qualities, but then I also gave it boobs, and it's just like, draw this as you would have drawn the 4th grade version. I don't understand why I had to change myself to have boobs, even though that's not what I looked like in any way. This page, just a bunch of random doodles. Shinji from Evangelion. Meow meow meow. I have like a special connection with him. I feel like I have a special connection with all of the characters I kinned when I was 14. Yeah, I don't know. There's something very special about your early kins. Oh, you can tell I had watched Madoka Magica at some point here. Loved her so much. Or, this isn't even a character from Madoka Magica. What I mean when I say that is I love the style, and this just reminds me of all the characters that I love from it. Cute. This was Amaris' design for a little while. He had this big loose hoodie with like these teeth spikes around the hood. I remember I drew this and I put this on my TikTok. I thought this was so good, and honestly, it's still kind of a banger, but okay, first of all, the skirt doesn't make sense, the legs are inconsistent, the feet are inconsistent, and also the arm does not sit naturally. But the rest of it's pretty cute. My Hero Academia fan art. That's crazy. These two are things that I don't know what age I would have been when I drew this, because this was right after I got my Copic markers for the first time, so this was like before my first sketchbook, so I might have been like 11 or 12 at this time. Hard to say, I don't really remember. And then I redrew it. Yeah, I definitely made it better, but first of all, I made the pose less interesting. Like, instead of spreading her out, I should have tucked her in more, like she was really getting into her cup of tea. I do like what I did with the background here. That's quite nice. I tried to get the perspective right, but you can still tell I just didn't know how to do it. I had the same problem in this one and this one, where I didn't know how to make her sit on something without making it, like, making the planes all messed up. Yeah. And you can tell, like, it's still something I struggle with, but especially at the time I struggled with figuring out how to portray dark skin tones without losing the line art, because it's very much a balance, especially I find in traditional art, to figure out you have to like lay down your light colors and then build up the shadows from there, because it is so easy to lose like the nose and mouth and eyes when you have a very deep skin tone. And like, you can even tell I lightened it here because I was scared of losing the features, but I still lost them, so it's like, might as well have gone the full depth of shade I did in the original. I was doing some studies. These were like some of the earlier life drawings I ever did. These were, we went outside to do some classwork, and I was just sitting at one of the benches slacking, drawing the houses across the street from my school. Banger truck for that time, banger houses for that time. I forgot how good I was at drawing houses and like literally nothing else at this age. That's kind of cute. That's like very TikTok-y. Like, I was following a lot of people at the time who would just go in with pen and draw these front-facing faces, and I was like, oh my god, I want to be them so badly. I really did. Sonia, Rose, and Maple, I think, are all characters I abandoned because they weren't anything. They weren't anyone. I feel like especially, I have a hard time because I do want to draw diversity in my work, and I always have. When you have a story that isn't set in the real world, that doesn't have like real people and real religions, then it's like, oh, well, I guess I can't really have that representation of, for example, people who wear head coverings. And it's just like, I don't know, I've never really known what to do with that. What is this page? This is just like a lot of different things. Pretty good hands for the time. This was another fan art for some sort of My Hero Academia fan fiction. One where they, like, a lot of them put Midoriya in like such weird clothing. Like I remember this one had him in like printed tees and galaxy shorts and leggings, and like at the time I was like, wow, that's so awesome. And now I'm looking back and it's like, ooh, that's interesting. Yeah. This was when I changed Sora's name to Liesel because I had finished reading The Book Thief in my English class and I loved that book so much, so I stole the name Liesel. Someone playing soccer. I've always had an obsession with like loose flowy shorts over like a longer bike short. And obviously there is the elephant in the room. Why is he here? Why is Nagito here? Why is he here? I'm saying that like I haven't had multiple like revivals of my Danganronpa interest over the past couple of years. Every time I see him, it like sets something off of me. I think he's like he's like a deep-rooted trigger for me every time I see him in my sketchbook. This was a Maoist. Oh, I love back when his name was Mao. That is so weird to see him smiling. I don't ever draw him smiling, basically. I don't know what any of these pages are, and I don't know how much I should talk about it because it's, I don't have my watch on. It's like 1 a.m. here, and I'm trying not to wake anyone up by being too loud. I don't know what these pages are. They're like nothing special. I was trying to figure out how to draw a side profile, and it was so stiff and so awkward because I didn't know how to do it. Yeah, I still struggle with side profiles, but not this much. Also very TikTok-y, this little thing. She's cute. The hands are kind of weird, though. I don't know who Clara is, because I don't think I ever drew her again. But this was my no-nose phase. Honestly, I think this style was, like, super, super cute. I just wish the rest of my art had been good enough to keep up with it. Because, like, the way I drew these faces, so cute. I love it so much, but just, like, the bodies weren't as good. And I think that's why I didn't really stick with the style, because to make this style work, I think you have to be able to stylize the whole thing, not just the face. This was probably supposed to be a self-portrait. It looks like me in a hoodie with cargo pants on. Again, drawing myself skinny. The body dysmorphia at that age was too real. This is another very TikTok-y drawing. Like big platform boots, split hair dye, like overly chain necklace, pill bottles. Yeah. I never draw people with this short of skirts without shorts on. I just can't handle wearing short skirts without shorts, so I can never draw anyone like that either. And I remember at the time, because I posted this to my old TikTok account, and at the time it was just like, I was terrified of getting cancelled because I'd received a bit of hate on my TikTok account. This was before when I got bullied off of TikTok. This was like a couple years before that happened. But I posted this and I was so convinced that people were going to be like, you drew someone with bandages? You're like romanticizing self-harm. I was terrified of that. Yeah. Like, the way I didn't even draw any self-harm scars or cuts, it was literally just bandages. Oh, I was so scared. More stuff drawn from a fan fiction. I don't really remember this one. It was A World Without Heroes by It's Only Them Lol. I don't even remember if I finished it. I don't think I did. But I'm pretty sure it was like The Last of Us AU. It was fun. Cute. I feel like this is an example of where my no-nose style didn't really work. They just look weird. Okay. So you know my video from the summer that was drawing pride flags as people? This was the beginning of that project. The rainbow flag. I'm pretty sure this was before the blue and green gay flag was popularized, or at least like fully accepted. Maybe it wasn't. I don't really remember the timeline. Either way, you can just tell this was so much like a teenager who was not involved in the queer community, because it was just everything that I thought a cool queer person would wear if they were allowed to be out, which is rainbow suspenders, rainbow bracelet, rainbow belt, and rainbow socks. That was like all I was aiming for in life. Oh boy. I'm pretty sure this was more My Hero Academia fan art. It was like a fan fiction where I think he was is it the kitsune that has 9 tails, or is it a different piece of folklore? I don't know. Either way, the fox creature that has 9 tails. I'm always meow 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 meow. I love him. I turned him into a witch for like a week, and he had a little ferret familiar. He was cute. Aww. I don't like him as a witch anymore, though. It was just kind of, I don't know. I've always wanted to like stories about witches and stuff, but it's just never been my thing, which makes them hard to write as well, because I don't know anything about how the worlds work. Another thing I drew solely for TikTok, it's kind of, I do like the little ink splatters. I drew this with a dip pen. It's okay. Could have been a lot better. I was so embarrassed about drawing nipples. It's literally male nipple, like, not even female nipple. Get it together, man. Oh, this is cute. Little stuff done with little thing done with a, what do you call them? A flare pen. I don't remember the context of this because this is me blushing with my hands over my face with a McDonald's Happy Meal. What does that mean? I don't remember the context. I apparently thought I would because I didn't write anything, but I forget. In this drawing, I remember I thought this was gonna do numbers on TikTok. I was like so ready for people to love this, and it probably got like 10-15 likes. I was distraught because I was like, it's so cute. It's a cat girl, but instead of cat ears, she has party cones. That's so cute. And I even had the caption Party City, more like Party Kitty. That is incredible. Why? I still think that should have gone further than it did. That was a cute post and a cute drawing. This was like near the, you know when you get to the end of your sketchbook and you just stop caring, you just draw shitty fast things to fill it up? That's what this page was. This is cute. This was done with my Poscas. There's like some anatomy issues, but it's pretty cute. I still think it like holds up to this day. It's weird getting into this era of my sketchbooking because it was getting into that era where I wasn't like I don't look back on it and hate everything. Like most of these things I can look at it and say like, oh yeah, those knuckles are weird, or like the bracelets don't sit like that if it was a real person. But like it's still, I can look back at these ones and see more value in them than some of my older work, which is weird. Planning for my final page, and then my final page which was Amaris. I don't know why I insisted on giving him a full brown outfit. I thought that, I don't know, I always fall into the habit of thinking that all fantasy worlds have like only brown clothes because that's only what's realistic. And then this year I took a natural dyeing class and I realized, oh shit, you can get so many colors out of natural dyes. You don't get stuck with just like brown shitty fabric unless you're rich. I feel like I've been so influenced by all of the pieces of media where it's like anyone who isn't rich just wears browns and grays and beiges, and it's like, no, that's not true. And it doesn't have to be true. I could make a world where natural dyes are like really easily occurring, like plants, not hard to harvest, ones that like work really well and are really cheap, and I could make it like the most colorful fashion in the world. And I just didn't know that at the time. So I tried to do all brown, but you can just tell I didn't know how to make it look good. He just looks like he rolled in the mud. There's no contrast. Like, you can't see any of the line art I did. I even gave it some like line weight variation. Yeah. He also used to have freckles. That's kind of silly. That's cute. I got rid of them because I just thought they looked weird more often than they looked good. That's kind of cute doodle. These must have been things I had drawn in my notes. Little demon girls, Amawis. This was the song San Francisco by the Mowglis. I love that song, but especially the line, I've been in love with love and the idea of something binding us together. Because, like, if that isn't, like, the aromantic experience, because, like, I've even known that since, like, this age, was that, like, I don't experience romantic attraction, but it's like, I still am in love with the idea of having that, if that makes sense. Like, I'm more into the idea of having someone there for me and having that support than I am with actually the person. I know that's not what the point of the song is, but that's how I interpret that line. Like, being more in love with the concept of love than the person. I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling. And this is my, like, bye-bye page. That's me and a ferret. I really wanted ferrets at this age. I'm not too into, like, the rodents anymore. If I'm gonna have a small fragile creature, I'll just get a cat, not a ferret, because those things look hard to take care of. They look like a lot of work. Anyways, sorry that the last little bit of this sketchbook tour isn't as interesting, just because I've already been through this whole thing just a couple days ago. So I lost the original, like, blind react footage, which is kind of a bummer. But what can you do? If you like this video, you want to see more of it, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, any of that stuff. I am going to be putting out a more recent sketchbook tour. I'm just about to finish one. I think I have like 4 pages left in it, so that will be coming soon, hopefully, unless I get busy because it's finals month. Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching until the end. Bye!